All right, Eden, where's that energy? What happened? You just lighten my ass up. I hit record. Now you go all quiet. I see how it is.
Yo, so why didn't y'all do the show while I was gone? I thought y'all were going to get all of these sexual innuendos out of the way, out of the system while I was gone. But it turns out y'all didn't even do the show because y'all missed me too much. It's fine. I missed you guys too. So much. So much.
Yes. It's pretty hard to have a mailbag without Eden. That's true. But it was, you were gone. Emily was gone. Zach
was doing the finals.
He is today. Decided to work on a Friday like a fucking loser.
Wah, wah.
Doing
his real
radio,
job or something, whatever.
Talking about basketball. And then it was the finals one day. Katie can't do until, later. So she'll join us in a little bit. But yes, it was looking at me and Mo solo.
Oh, that would have been a great show. What are you talking about?
Very offended and thought that I was avoiding him intentionally. Me and Mo, it was beef between me and Mo. He thought, no, it wasn't that. It was giving us both a break because it's the mailbag is supposed to be more people, more chaos, more nonsense. So.
And the world just revolves around you, Mo. Like, it revolves around me.
Just a solo Maze and Mo pod. That's not a mailbag. That's just not the same energy. That's very.
I was just hurt. Maze. That was all. It was just I thought, we might be able to have some hang time, and then you just basically just said, "Nah, man, screw you. It's cool, fine, fair enough. Hey, okay, cool."
It's called the phone call, Mo. It's called the phone call. Pick up the phone if you want to chat. If you want to hang out,
we had a set time. We had a set time for the mailbag, and then just other people aren't going to come, and then you just decide, fine, I'm not going to. It's it's fine. It's fine. You don't want to.
Damn.
That's fine.
Mo's gonna be a great dad. He's got the guilt trip on point right there.
Absolutely.
I've had it given to me many times, so I've taken notes, written them down. I've understand
the good old immigrant parent training. Love to see it.
Unbelievable. So ready to roll.
Classic.
But we're backing out. We're doing it. The mailbag has returned. Without Zach, because Zach's proposal was that he would pop in and hear one side of a 3-way conversation about the draft as performance art, which sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, and I was hoping that Zach could somehow craft his answers so that it could apply to both the draft show and the mailbag at the same time.
I was hoping he would dress up as Two-Face from Batman and do like one out of one side of his face and one out of the other with 2 different personalities. I think he's capable.
I mean, he has multiple. I like the idea though of just dropping in and seeing what he's talking about at the random moment.
That I was kind of intrigued by. Like, just keep him on mute the entire time, and then when he's you can see that he's talking, unmute him for a little bit, get a 5-second sample, plug him back. But he appears to have declined to even do that experiment. So too busy doing radio, for 3 hours.
Like a real job. What the hell, Zach?
So Eden, before we get into these questions, which there are ample questions.
I heard we got a lot of questions. I'm very excited.
Texted the group, I don't know how to do mailbag until we get the live account of Eden going to a Hooters in Taiwan at 8 a.m. to watch the NBA Finals.
8 a.m., you guys. So as y'all know, Taiwan is on the other side of the world. So
geography.
Yeah, geography, science, natural science, the earth. So what is on for us at like 8:30 p.m. is on at 8:30 a.m. over there. And it was very, very like disorienting, if I'm being honest, like basketball being on like first thing in the morning. But so I have a friend who he does basketball podcasting in Chinese, actually. And we've been internet friends for a while. And he's actually my only non-family friend in Taiwan, because I just have like all this family in Taiwan, but it's always been like about family. So I like never had the opportunity to just like have a friend. And I was like so excited that I actually like had a friend in Taiwan that I could hang out with that was also into basketball, because like I don't really have that many family members that are into basketball. But anyway, long story short, we were made plans to watch basketball together. We're both Luka fans, Mav fans, and it was game 3. So it was not a great game for the Mavs fans. So it was at 8:30 at a Hooters, and the chicken, I will say, in Taiwan was a lot better. First of all, brunch at Hooters, that brunch menu at Hooters is a thing. I didn't know that, but I, of course, ordered the brunch set A.
Yeah, because Eden, you only go to Hooters afternoon.
Right.
I didn't even know. Does Hooters in America have brunch here? Do they?
I'm sure
I
they do.
don't know.
Everybody's got fucking brunch. But anyways.
What's your problem with brunch, Maze?
I'm saying everybody has it. I'm saying it's a little played out.
But your tone was very.
Everybody's got fucking brunch. I'm saying it's more a thing that like you can say you have brunch and it's not anything special. It's not necessarily good. It just means that you serve breakfast food later sometimes.
Yeah. Well, the chicken was really, really good, if I'm being honest. I've actually never had chicken as good as the chicken that I had at Hooters at 8 a.m.
Wings? Did you get?
So we did get wings. We got also, I was like, wings. Oh, maybe I will get breakfast wings. We were also like, oh, maybe I'll get some like Taiwan craft beer, but they had like this special going and we ended up just getting buy one, get one pitchers of Heineken. So that worked out.
At 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 a.m.
Breakfast of champions.
It was an experience. So we got the wings. The wings was good. I got like this chicken thigh thing with like scrambled eggs, hash browns, and some toast.
Nice.
It was like really good, like brioche toast too, like thick cut brioche toast. It was very, very good. I don't know that I don't know if Hooters America even has this on the menu, but I have to say the highlight was that they did like this whole like dance show at halftime. It was not just about like watching the game. Keep in mind, this is 8:30 a.m. And me and my friends were like, yo, these girls had to be up at like 6 a.m. setting up, probably practicing their little halftime dance routine. There was a hula show. Like these girls like doing like the hula, hooping thing. She had like 4 hula hoops.
Or like hula hooping.
No, hula hoops. Like
okay, I was confused too. I was with Emily for a second. I was like, we were in Hawaii.
Yeah, I didn't want to get it confused with hooping like basketball. Yeah. So
yeah. So wait, were they in their standard Hooters uniform? The shirt, the shorts, and the long socks and everything? Okay.
Yeah, classic Hooters outfits. I think that goes for Hooters internationally, although I've only been to Hooters outside of America once. Maybe we can test one out in London at some point. We will see if that makes the agenda.
Definitely.
If I see one in Japan, I'll peek in.
It was like really impressive. This girl had like 10 hula hoops on her at the same time. There was like one girl, they were like throwing hula hoops like at each other while hula hooping. It was a whole production. And also they had this whole really awesome giveaway, like drawing at the end of the game. They were giving away like Hennessy gear because Hennessy was like the main sponsor of the event. Yeah. Also, apparently there's not that many places to watch basketball at 8:30 a.m. Is also what I've learned, because we were going to regroup. We were going to run it back for game 4. And though both Hooters locations were booked out, we couldn't get a reservation, and my friend couldn't find anywhere else to watch it because I don't know if you guys realize, but most bars aren't open at like 8 a.m. So
I don't know. In Asia, that surprises me actually.
I would say
not for basketball, maybe for soccer, because I know like soccer bars is a thing, but like basketball was not. But
it was known. It was a Friday 8 a.m. thing. That's when it's popping over in Taiwan. I have no idea. Just
Saturday at 8 a.m. Yeah,
even more. Yeah. Like I know. To have known even bigger.
I know.
When it's popping, so you got to get it.
No, so because the game that we watched was Thursday 8 a.m. and they were like, oh, make sure you get your reservations. And we tried to make a reservation. We're like, they're like, it's booked out. I was like, why did you tell us to make reservations if you guys were already booked out? But whatever.
Just wanted to tease you. That was all.
Yo, but the basketballs they were giving away were really awesome. I really wanted to win one. It was so funny also because so you fill out this thing for a drawing, and I filled my name out in Chinese, but they started to read a name in English, and my friend just default thought it was mine. And I was like, yo, that's not my name. It was actually not my friend, It was
They
my
call me
friend
Stacy.
that was away.
They call me
Eden or Steve sometimes, whatever.
It's all the same. That's not my name.
Classic. That song takes me back to college.
500 questions. And I'm going to
go.
try to really pare
Let's
this
go.
down.
Let's go, all of them.
Speed run.
Are we,
speed
are
run.
we machine gunning them?
So the picture you posted made it seem empty, but now you're making it seem like it was packed.
So I think when I posted it, it was like first quarter or something. Okay. And it was a little bit empty in the first quarter, but it like definitely picked up by like the end of the game. The bar was like entirely full. Also, keep in mind, this was a Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. But what are we talking? Like 50 people? 100
I'm
people?
really bad at this estimation game. No, it wasn't. The venue was not, the restaurant itself was not that big. Okay. So
let's go
like,
with 50.
But all the tables, I would say like all the tables were full. Like the tables were full by the end of the game. Yeah.
And there's also, it was an event sponsored by Hennessy.
Yes. One more little detail. There was like this one old white guy that was sitting at the bar by himself during the halftime performance. And we were just like, yo,
he wasn't there for the game.
The show. What? Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Okay. All right. Next question. Hooters itself seems like such a dumb American thing. I can't believe that it has an international presence and that the uniforms are still the same. But how are the Hooters?
Oh, I was going to ask that question too, actually.
What do you mean, like the wings?
No.
Come on, Eden. You think they call it Hooters because of the wings?
Boob size?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, obviously Asians have smaller boobs in general. So, but like bigger than mine, I'll just say that.
Okay.
I'm pretty flat for the record.
That was a very Samson. Okay.
So actually some of the biggest like restaurants like in Asia that are American, they're not that popular here, but they're way more popular out there. I feel like, or they're like kind of silly. Like for instance, in Korea, when I was there like a long time ago, Fridays, TGI Fridays, and also Outback Steakhouse were like some of the most popular.
Right, like this is Americana.
Those make a little
like
more sense, right?
Really?
That's kind of like, well, to me at least, because that's kind of like going to TGI Fridays is like going to the America restaurant in Ted Lasso that he goes to, where it's like America culture as a joke, right?
Right.
But Hooters, it seems like they're trying to keep the brand the same. I guess I don't know. That's just a weird, that is so unexpected. And the fact that it is also your destination sports spot in Taiwan.
I need to see how it was described on Google. It says sports bar and grill chain famous for chicken wings served by waitresses in short shorts.
So it's the shorts. They're de-emphasizing the popos. I get it.
Yeah.
Not a cinephobe fan.
Yeah, okay. Eden is not a GNOME named GNOME stan. I get it. But then there's the halftime show. They did their
that was the
own.
Highlight. Yeah.
And so that would be what, like 9 a.m.-ish?
Yeah. Closer to 9:30. Usually the first hour. Yeah. 9:30 a.m. We were like really applauding the effort, if I'm being honest. Like 9:30 a.m. Yeah.
A fucking Hooters halftime show in America? Like no chance.
That's what I'm saying. Like Hooters in America does not give you this much effort. Like it's incredible.
Honestly, that sounds like a better halftime show than half the halftime shows at games.
I've never seen anyone at Hooters that in America give any effort, if I'm being honest. Most of the waiters act like they hate their lives here. The ones that I've been to anyway.
It's not acting. That's genuine Hooters displeasure. Okay. Any other questions about this circumstance?
I really wanted to win the basketball. Hennessy basketball. Oh. Yeah. It's very cool.
Tough break.
Did you see who they gave it to? Did they give it to the old man at the bar?
It was not the old man at the bar. It was not the old. It was just some random guys. Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. So a girl won the Hennessy hoodie. That was the second prize. My friend was like, "Yo, I will buy that from you." It was funny. Yeah.
How angry were you when Luka fouled out? Did you get up and stomp around?
Oh my God, yo, the atmosphere, because it was mostly Mavs fans in the bar, it just was
that was
it was
gonna
a
be
whole
my question.
It was also funny because the Mavs also made their comeback when my friend went to the bathroom and he came back. I was like, I'm gonna need you to go back to the bathroom right now.
Yeah. It was a 20-2 run.
Yeah.
While you were in the bathroom for 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, well, what happened?
So when you were like the mix, was it like 75% Mavs, like 25% like Celtics fans? Or
I think there was like 3 guys in Celtics jerseys, and I only noticed them because one of them won one of the prizes. But I would have actually, like, looking around, I don't even think they were wearing like, it was mostly Mavs gear. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is surprising because like Lakers and Celtics have like the most international presence when it comes to sports.
Not at this,
like basketball.
Taiwanese Hooters.
Yeah, we were very surprised.
All Mavs.
All Mavs, baby.
I also have to say, I in general saw more Mavs jerseys, Luka jerseys specifically, while like walking around Taiwan. It was just like some old random ajishis. I was like, yo, there's no way you actually watch basketball, is there? Like, Mavs jerseys had a strong presence.
No Tatum jerseys? That's crazy.
No, I know. I was really surprised. I even saw like a Kyrie Cavs jersey at one point.
I was going to ask if anybody had Kyrie Cavs.
Kyrie jerseys. People outside of Boston really rock with Tatum that much.
I was being sarcastic, Mom. Welcome to the Friday Mailbag. It's Friday.
I'd have picked up on it if we did it last week. You and I would have
had our time. Solo, he would have picked up on my sarcasm, but because I've been giving him the cold shoulder, he's not used to my sardonic wit. It's really a problem for me and for us. But what's not a problem is the number of questions that we have. We have a lot of questions. We're going to have to really do some work here. But Eden, do we have a love question for later? Was that a joke? Was that real that you mentioned?
I did not mention one, but I believe Katie dropped something in the chat. But I think we need Katie here before we can address that one.
Yeah, we definitely can't get into that without Katie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think all the questions about that are for Katie. I really held back because I didn't want to do the show in the chat, like what it usually ends up happening. So
I thought you were going to say like Emily was doing.
Or like that weird AI voice rendering I made for everybody last week of the chat.
No, we can run our voices through the app and it will like clone our voices, but they just gave us default voices.
Yeah. I still have not had time to really mess around with the script and learn all the powers that it has.
I haven't either, and I've been using it for 3 years. Yeah,
that makes me quite uncomfortable.
Welcome to the year. Welcome to the year of the AI PC, Mo. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah.
Mo, I don't know if you know, but I've actually been collecting your voice data for years now, and I'm ready to make a Mo. And then I can just do a show with that Mo, and then I don't have to even deal with you at all. It'll be great. I'll create my Mo
that's what
voice
it feels
robot.
Like, anyways. It feels like we're heading that way, anyways. So
they'll never be able to replace you, Mo.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you.
Ludo33 says, I just found out my mother has been defrosting meat in hot water for 40 years. Anyone learn anything wild about their parents in their older years? And just so you know, listener, do not defrost things in hot water. Defrost things in cold water and keep the cold water running at a slow trickle. Otherwise, you're basically creating a botulism factory. Did I just drop? Otherwise, you're basically creating a botulism factory.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's amazing.
So what about taking frozen chicken out of the fridge and then or freezer and putting it in the fridge? You can do that with that. Okay.
That works.
Sorry, I thought they were using a euphemism for something else there for a second.
What would that be, Emily?
Yeah, I'm more just like,
Let you know.
No, I don't.
Bringing someone back from your past, maybe that you start hooking up with. Defrosting frozen meat. Anyway,
so Emily is saying that archiving is now defrosting. So instead of breaking up with someone, you put them in the freezer, is what you're saying.
Put them on ice.
Yeah, for as long as possible.
Shouts to cryogenics.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, wild things that our parents do.
That you just that you learned about recently, that maybe like you weren't clued into before, but now you realize what they do. I mean, I think I might have told this before, but my dad told me that he will take naps at school by sitting on 2 beanbag chairs in the library. When he has adorable. Like a 30-minute break, he'll just post up in 2 beanbag chairs and pass out.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
yeah, that sounds amazing.
It's just, it's actually more impressed. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed, you know.
I mean, your dad is so tall, like 2 beanbag chairs. Like I would have thought just he needs 3 because he's so tall.
Yeah, unless he's sitting on 1 beanbag chair and then hiding himself with the second beanbag chair.
No, that's a good way to smother yourself.
Hugging it.
One for the leg, one for the torso.
Needed a body to body pillow.
I mean, one time my mom told me that they're not gonna drink alcohol for like a whole month or something so they can get healthier. As I saw her like put wine in the shopping cart, and I was like, that's alcohol. And she's like, oh, no. Liquor is alcohol. This isn't alcohol. And I was like,
this is fruit juice.
Like, So yeah, I guess my parents.
What age range was that?
What age range?
Yeah.
Oh, like how old was I?
Yeah.
It was like 10 years ago.
I thought it was yesterday.
So old enough to like know what alcohol is.
Yeah. I was like, okay, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. I was like, meh, all right. I'm just gonna let that one go.
When my dad started to cook, I learned how little he knows about storing food afterwards.
Like Tupperware,
like putting things
stuff?
in
Tupperware, how to store it properly, and
what was he doing?
Sometimes he would just leave it out, and I'd go like, okay, this needs to go in the trash now.
For how long?
For hours and hours till the next day?
Like I would wake up the next morning and it's not put away, and I'm like, that needs to go in the trash now. And I go, so when you're done, you need to put it, and I bought him all the stuff. He's gotten much, 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 much better, thankfully, and hasn't killed anybody. But it took a learning curve for him.
So were there any? So you never had leftovers as a kid? Is that the deal?
No. My mom totally understands.
Oh, your mom. Okay, your mom.
My dad didn't cook much, and then during the pandemic, started to cook a whole lot more. And he's a good cook, but it was just the small details of food storage
safety
afterwards.
General food safety rules.
He never defrosted with warm water or anything like that. Like, he was good about that stuff. It was just after it was made.
Is it weird that people? So have you ever seen people keep candy by their bedside tables?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's normal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Snacks, candy. Yeah.
Middle of the night, you want me to get up and go?
Personal items drawer. You got the candy drawer. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Roll over peanut butter cup.
In the guest bedroom, there's like a big candy jar on the nightstand, and I was like, this is weird. Like, is it just so
That's
when you
called efficiency?
Good hosting.
Wake up, middle of the night, don't have to get out of bed. Bam.
Nothing like a middle of the night Werther's original to really put you right back to sleep.
Werther's originals. I'm crying right now. Dead.
They're good.
They are so good.
They're corny, but they're good. Like, if you got one in your purse, you might be doing it right. You never know. That's the type of old person I want to be, perhaps.
Also, because if they melt in the wrapper, you can still eat it.
Even better. Did a little bit of the work for you, Captain Trips asks, do you tip at buffets?
What do you mean? I don't understand the question.
So if you go to like a buffet style restaurant and you pay, let's say, $15 for all you can, something like that, at like a soup plantation or a fresh choice if it's a different time, or a Sizzler. Maybe if you're a trash person and you still eat at Sizzler, you go to a Sizzler. Are you tipping?
Yo, it was banging though in the 80s and 90s.
No, I was just talking to my dad. I was a big Sizzler kid at like 1996,
shrimp, man.
dude. I was going to town on that shit. But do you tip at buffets?
I do, but I don't tip as much because usually they're only bringing you drinks.
Well, no, but like I look at it as there's people who've prepared the food. There's also the people that bust your table and all of that stuff. All of them need to get taken care of. I'm going to the thing 3-4 times. The plate needs to be cleared out. All of that. I need clean plates. Got to take care of everybody. I am a generous tipper.
All right, so everybody give extra service to Mo when he's
out. I just honestly, I think it's been high school, like since like when I wasn't the one paying. Like I honestly don't remember the last time I went to one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't been to a buffet in a long ass time.
I don't really like buffets.
We did tip at Hooters. Yeah. Actually, I didn't pay the bill, but
wait, do you tip in Taiwan? Because you don't tip in a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have no idea. I tried to pick up the bill. I tried to at least give my friend some cash. Didn't happen. Wow. Because Asians, we do this thing where we fight over the bill, and it's I did not win this battle. I didn't win very many battles, except for the younger generation. They had to allow me to pay.
My funniest experience in Australia was I didn't know they don't tip. So everywhere I'd go, I'd tip or whatever. And every time I would leave, they'd be like, "Oh my God, come back. Make sure you come back." And I was like talking to the team manager once and I'm like, man, everybody here is so friendly. All these restaurants, every time I leave, they're like, "Oh, can't wait for you to come back." He's looking at me going like, you're not supposed to tip. And I'm like, oh.
I almost happened to me the first time I was in London, but I like asked immediately, like, because I was like, I think I tipped for the first thing that I had. And I was like, that's not a thing here, is it? So I caught myself early, luckily. But otherwise I probably would have made the same mistake.
I tipped when I was in Australia, but accidentally, because the coins are so much money. I accidentally tipped like a lot.
She's giving out $100 tips.
Like a $25 tip for like an ice cream cone.
Wow. Big coins. You get excited because you think coins are just worthless.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like when you guys get change, if you pay in cash and there's like a tip jar there, do you just throw the coins in there?
Usually. Much.
Yeah. So
I haven't really used cash in so long.
Much, yeah.
I still use cash.
Would you tip at a buffet?
I think I mean, similar to Mo's thinking, I think I would, just because I worked in the service industry for so long that I overcompensate in general in America when it comes to tipping, just because I feel like, someone needs that $5 more than I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would tip at a buffet. I
might do
like too many buffets. We'll see.
I might do like 15 to 18% instead of the usual 20.
I do 10% tip on pickup to go orders, and I do 10% tip on food delivery on top of the extra
$500 service fee.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like that is still enough. I mean, it's something, but I mean, buffet is like, it feels like you're tipping the cashier, and that's weird.
I was also thinking, I was like, I know some buffets, at least the ones that we used to go to in high school, you pay before you.
Yeah, but you could leave.
Mo
made the good point. You're tipping the whole staff.
Yeah.
But you could also
tipping cash by leave it on the table.
Yeah, you could leave it at the table too. It's not I granted you guys don't use cash anymore, so we get it. But like the ones who Mace.
Well, but who uses cash in 2024?
I do. But you get better discounts if
clearly
you use
there's
cash.
an age generation gap here on the pod.
Eden, if you go
you're
to
old as hell.
An Asian restaurant, if you go to an Asian restaurant and you pay in cash, they give you a discount, like a big discount.
Like I don't like have cash. Like
no, seriously. Like
the cost benefit analysis of going to the ATM to get cash is like not worth the 10% discount that I'm gonna get.
Even if you spent your day dancing at a halftime show at Hooters, you got cash to spare because people are just throwing it at you. So in that case, you are set. You are prepared to tip at your buffet.
Fair.
I mean,
fair.
Legitimately, if you go to an Asian restaurant and you ask if you pay in cash, will they give you a discount? They will say yes, but I also haven't seen them say yes to a non-Asian person.
So like, you're saying next time I go, I should try that and see what happens?
Yeah, I think you should. I think just because like I've been the only one who's ever asked, but like mostly it's because other people don't know to ask. You know what I mean? Because they don't pay that.
I never heard that. That's a new one there. I just like having cash on me, so at times I'd rather pay in cash than not.
Yeah. Well, I like paying tip in cash because then like you don't even like, so you don't know that if the money you're tipping is going to the waiters. Because I went to a restaurant for a really long time and I tipped really well. The service was good. And then one of the waiters was going to quit, I think. And they told us that they never got tips, period. Like all the tips went to the owner. And I was like, fuck that.
I tip in cash at the car wash. The stuff, it's easy. Just,
Cash. Wow. I just
Katie.
remember the last time I had to get cash. It was because I was in Boston or somewhere like greater Boston area, and the dispensary only took cash. And I was like offended that the ATMs didn't take like tap debit cards. I'm like, what is this? Did I time travel back to like the 1900s where like who actually carries their debit card on? I have my debit card on my phone, but like, I'm like, apparently ATMs have not updated for this. I'm just like, I'm like, do I live in a third world country right now? Like,
I have my debit card. I never use it. So
I use it all
that's why I stopped carrying it around, because I was like, I never need to use it because I never use cash. But like, I have it on my phone for emergencies, but then you realize that ATMs have not been updated since 1900s. So
I have to get cash to tip at the dispensary because I can use my debit card to purchase, but there's no tip option. So then I have to take cash out.
See, tipping at the dispensary is important.
Is that why? Like, why? Can you explain?
The budtenders appreciate it, and let me say on 420 we remember, and they hook it up extra. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm. It's like my cheers when I go in there, like, Katie.
The usual
throws 100 milligram edible at you as you walk in the door. Katie, do you tip at buffets? And are there any wild things you've learned about your parents as an adult?
Yes, you tip at buffets because they're like taking the plates and refilling your drink and stuff. Like that's still service. Even if they're not bringing you your food. Absolutely. I say you do. And wait, what was about your parents?
So there was something about somebody said scared. that they learned that their mom defrosted meat.
Katie looked way too excited.
Hot water. For 40 years. Wait. So is there anything that you...
defrosted weed or meat?
Meat.
Oh.
Take the weed out of the freezer and blast it with some hot water and then smoke it.
Bro.
I said, because he said it was like taking frozen meat, defrosting old frozen meat or something like that. And I thought that was a term for bringing it back, like circling the block or something, but apparently not.
Okay. Hey, defrost that meat over here.
Yep, you just got frozen meat in your phone. Let me put that in the microwave real quick. Mm-hmm.
So we're just talking like weird stuff that your parents do. I mean, I think I've probably talked about this. I know my dad blow dries his balls when he gets out of the shower.
Nice.
Because I can hear my mom's blow dryer and he's bald.
Yeah.
And
you don't think he's heating the dome a little bit?
No, because I asked, because he also complains about how they took the hand dryers away at the YMCA, so he can't dry his nuts under the communal blow dryer anymore.
That's probably why they took it away.
That's probably why they took it away. Said, exactly, Emily.
He said, though, but I don't switch hands, okay? I don't switch hands. Other guys switch hands, and they're hitting the button.
Oh, my God.
Wait, this is a thing like many men do?
I believe it. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever been to a men's locker room at the YMCA, Emily. It's kind of a hellscape.
Yeah,
it's a hellscape for old men to get nude and pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. Just be disgusting, blow dry their balls.
Women are almost as bad, though. I'm just gonna say the last time I went into the sauna at my gym, this woman was laying buck naked back down, face up with like this suction cup thing on her face that she kept making like squelching noises with whilst rubbing her boobie. Yeah.
No.
And suction cup should be arrested. Thing on her face?
Yeah, I think it was like some kind of skin care thing, but it was disturbing. And I had brought a friend. I was like, this is really embarrassing. We got to get out of here.
Like, is it always like this in here?
I'm like, are you doing a breast exam or
are you having some fun? Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah,
my mom, I remember talking about like weed with my mom before, and she was like, I never liked weed. I like shrooms and cocaine. And I was like, excuse me?
How have we not talked about this?
That was surprising. That was surprising. I was like, huh, are you busy later? Like, what's up? Yeah. Girl, you want to hang out?
Still got some?
Yeah. You got a plug still?
Like?
Was she like in the 70s generation of like partying in the 70s? Is that why?
I mean, I never like heard stories from her really about partying. So when she said that, I was like, okay, like she drank. I know, like, but
you thought you made it up on your own. You thought you invented this shit.
I was like, excuse me, Kathleen Senior.
That's amazing.
All right, Eden, We Got a Fledge says, what's something subtle that has impressed you visiting another country? I liked how much smaller receipts are in Japan. If you go buy a few things at a convenience store, your receipt is the size of a business card. Besides the Hooters being way better, I mean, what other subtle differences did you notice?
I don't know if it's subtle, but like the public transit, for one, is, I mean, I would say it's jarring, but like the user error that happens in America on public transit systems is just like flagrant. And I don't know, it's like, would it kill us to have some sort of order in society where it's like, you know, on escalators, you stand to one side and other people can walk on the other side? Like, it feels like common sense. And it's just like, that's just something that America could never actually implement and make work. But like, they do it in Europe, they do it in Asia, it works, and it makes traffic flow a lot better. And here, I'm just like, I don't even know how we would begin to try to implement something like that. But I would say that's a subtle one, like where people just stand on one side of the escalator and let other people pass. Like, God, what a fucking concept,
Imagine a world.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Fast trains.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like, and America is like one of the most biggest countries where you think that it would make the most sense to have fast trains. And it's like, here we have trains that aren't any faster than driving, for one. Like, what is even the point? And it's more expensive than flying. What is the point? Literally, what is the point? I don't understand it.
Why have a train when you can have nuclear weapons? What a stupid question.
What other countries
that's our priorities
have tipping?
Good question.
Yeah.
I mean, Canada, I'm going to go ahead and assume.
Yeah. Like, off the top of your head, have you guys been anywhere else where they're like, we tip here?
I mean, I know Europe doesn't, and as
most of Asia doesn't.
Australia, most of Asia doesn't. So I'm assuming that it's a pretty American thing.
I think it's because we don't pay people like livable wages here and then force the consumer to cover that. Whereas like other countries, like we'll just pay them like actual money.
It's just insane that like tipping has like become this crazy thing that like, I'm like now wondering, am I supposed to tip like random person that like fixes that? Like, it's like, you know, the internet, like, first of all, when my internet goes out, whose fault is that? My ISP's fault. But when they send someone to fix my internet, I have to tip them, right? Like, that's insane.
I mean, you don't have to, but
yeah,
I know. Supposed to be tipping people like that?
I don't know. I don't know what the fucking rules are, but I feel like there's an expectation. Like, you know, there's that Curb episode about like, and it's like housekeeping at hotels. Like, I think
the hotel shit is a scam. I think that's a scam.
No, you get better service if you tip at hotels, though.
No, like, but it shouldn't be standard. Like,
oh well, yeah.
No, like also hotels. Let me just say, have stayed at a lot of hotels between London and domestically in the United States over the last 3 years. The cleanest hotel I stayed at in the last 3 years is the one that I stayed at in Taipei. Because like, why do you have to like, it should be standard that there should not be any hair in a bathroom drain when you go into a hotel. But it's like, every single hotel that I've been at that is not in Taiwan has like, you find a hair in the corner of the bathroom somewhere. And I'm just like, am I insane? Am I the insane one for expecting a hotel bathroom to be clean? Like, it's just like, I was like mind blown when I got to stay at this one in Taiwan and it was spotless. And I was like, oh my God, this should be the expectation, like at hotels, period. Like, why is this such a difficult concept? And it's like, I think it's because of tipping culture.
Standards? Oh.
No, I think it's because like, they're like, oh, we're not going to fucking clean this room unless people tip for it. Like, it's insane. Like, it's just, do hotels like, am I insane for expecting hotels to just be clean?
No.
Yeah. Realistically, yes. Well, I mean, like I've stayed in a lot of hotels lately, and it's like there's an expectation of a level of cleanliness, but like the amount, like I would never expect, unless it's like super ritzy, to be like fully clean all the time.
But if you're going into it like you're just checking in, it should be clean. It should be clean. Why are you going to tip if you can't even, if it's not even good when you start? You think.
Thank you.
And also, the tipping,
but there are different housekeepers.
Because we don't provide a livable wage, but then you're putting it on the consumer who is also doesn't have a livable wage either. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I like to make friends with the housekeeping staff because they give you extra stuff.
You were saying you get extra perks, and I was trying to figure out what you
extra mini shampoos.
I just can't interact with people. Like
all the
like
towels.
Like
all the pillows.
Yeah, it takes too much energy to interact with people.
Mostly
if I was staying at a hotel for more than like a night or two, and I was actually hanging out there and not using it as a crash landing spot for whatever I'm doing, I would maybe consider trying to, build grease the wheels and build a relationship with the staff. But I'm never there long enough. It's like, I'm here, I'm out, it's gone, it's done.
Sometimes I'm there for like 2 weeks on like minimum. Yeah. But I've noticed like when I'm there, like I will tip just so that like when I need something, I can just peek my head out and ask when they're there. But then when I leave, like my partner, I don't think he gets as good service.
What about when you see, like, I feel like I've seen this on like TV and movies when someone gets like flowers delivered or something, like someone sends you flowers that you're not expecting. And they're like, hold on, let me get some cash to tip you. First of all, I'm probably not going to have cash on me. Like, I guess you could be like, oh, let me Venmo you. But it's like, that should be on the person who ordered to tip the delivery person, not the
And they might have.
Yeah,
that's true.
And they might be getting that double tip,
Little
DT.
A little DT
tip. Woo, where's Zach when you need him? Probably getting the DT.
Doing radio, talking about the draft. DT.
Yeah. Always DT in that one.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to receive gratuity. It feels good when you're not expecting it, but when you get into a culture where you expect it,
it's bullshit.
Gets bad, and then when people don't do it, you get mad at them, and it's just all.
If you order delivery, like you order food and you don't tip, I think you should be publicly executed.
Oh yeah, like I mean, that person saved you from leaving your house and like getting out into a car, driving somewhere.
Yeah,
getting out of your car, walking into the restaurant, picking the food up, walking back to your car, getting back in your car, driving back.
But that's a good example of something where they should build it in.
They should. Yeah. Because it's like, what is the delivery fee for? That should go to the driver for delivering it. But it doesn't. Like both my siblings will do like Grubhub and DoorDash stuff. And the amount of times they get tipped nothing, even like for like delivering like a corporate, like catered lunch to somebody, zero.
Whoa.
Like I'm convinced that my Uber rating is so high because I always tip. Like, I'm convinced that I have.
It has nothing to do with your horrible personality or your disheveled nature.
My personality is terrible. Yeah.
scent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Well, I don't have that.
You overcome all that just by tipping a little bit.
Did she say flatulence scent?
Flatulence.
That's what I heard.
I mean,
I
girls
did
don't
flatulence
poop
scent.
or fart, so I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a comma there.
Flatulent.
Eden doesn't have a butthole, actually, so it's impossible for her to fart. Interesting.
Wow. I worked somewhere once where we dealt with like sort of like health related stuff, and this girl called in and said she discovered a second butthole.
Oh,
needed to go to the ER immediately. Yeah. And we thought she was joking. We're like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, I wasn't born like this, so it needs to be addressed.
What? I wasn't.
Yeah. She found a second butthole. As you do.
I like,
man.
Is that how she said it though? Like, I found a second butthole? Like, it magically appeared? Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. And we like,
did you imagine?
She called for a lot of crazy stuff. So we'd see her number. It's like, oh, here she is again. It's like, we're already kind of like, what is it now? And she's like, I found a second butthole, so got to go to the ER.
just like matter of factly,
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
it's pretty annoying.
Okay.
It's a pretty annoying way to start your day. You just find a second butthole on your left thigh.
Mean, like I didn't.
Things were really looking up, and then second butthole. Day ruined.
Oh man, ruined it. You ruined it. Skullbucket asks, when you start dating somebody and you tell them you podcast, do they go listen? And is it ever awkward or even a factor in the relationship?
All right. So this I have experience with. I dated somebody who I told I was on the podcast, and he told me he would never listen to it because it sounds like something that he wouldn't enjoy. And that should have been like a giant
rude,
red flag.
First of all.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, excuse me. How would you know you haven't listened to it? He's like, well, I just know because it just sounds like people talking about nothing. And I was like, you're not right. You're not wrong, but also F you.
But also, if he enjoys you and you're on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least to just hear what it is and know, like, show some interest in like someone's like whatever. But the person I'm with now actually subscribed to your Patreon to listen to it. Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's what
we call a tip in the podcast industry, Just letting us know we're doing a little good job. Just give us a little gratuity.
One more person, 20%. That's a double tip.
That's a double tip, baby. We're halfway there.
I don't know if it's because of the industry I'm in and like how much work that I do with like content creators, but like I don't tell people that I work in content at all for a long time. I try to avoid it at all costs because I don't want to answer questions about it because it's my job, first of all. Like I have to do it all day at work. I don't really want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want that person. I just don't want them feeling like, why would they want, I don't really want that. I don't really want to cross that bridge until it's like something that I for sure know that I'm interested in. I mean, I really also haven't met anyone that I'm that interested in a really long time. So that could have to do with it as well. But I don't volunteer that information, and I'm not asking anyone to watch or listen to my content until I feel like they're important enough to me. It's more like I don't think that anyone that I've dated has been worthy of it, I guess, than it is about them. But yeah.
I'm more nervous when it's like a coworker. They're like, "Oh, how can I listen?" I'm like,
"Oh, fuck no!" No, that's hilarious.
You have to, yeah.
Send them a link to the Ringer.
I mean, I did a podcast twice a week for years. Where I mean, you guys know how I am, so you can only imagine.
Oh no,
there's hundreds of hours of content out there. So it's like, on one hand, it's like listen to a few, and maybe that will tell you something positive or negative, like whether you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pre-screen interview.
Back too far. Let's keep it post 2020 at least.
Wait, hold on. Katie, you were double podcasting a week? You were DPing?
DP. Oh, yeah.
Consistently.
2 times.
Consistently. Yeah.
My girlfriend and I probably could not have less similar interests. So she doesn't really care about any of the stuff that I talk about on any podcast. She has tried to listen to Cinephobe, I believe, and not for her, but
just couldn't do it.
Still together. So there's that. I mean, you know, I talk to her about the podcast that I do occasionally, but generally I know she's not going to be interested, so I just don't really worry about it. Her friend did start listening though, and that'll happen occasionally. But yeah, it's like, you know, she's not on Twitter. She doesn't like, I don't really post a ton on Instagram, so she sees what I post on Instagram, but that's about it.
It's just like one of those things. If you know someone's not going to get it or like understand it, it's like, what's the point? And so
I honestly think it's a little weirder if they're really into it.
I think that's why I avoid it. I avoid it at all costs because I'm like, I don't know. It's I agree.
Either if you start dating someone that is a fan, or if you start dating someone and then they become a fan.
It's weird.
That sounds like the weirdest possible version.
I don't think that would be. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you got to talk to Maze today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God. What was it like?
Mo had a really good point today.
Yeah. I let's keep it, you know, let's do your podcast and let's go home. Let's not keep doing the podcast at home. If I was still doing
that would be so
Mailbag 24/7, I don't know.
When you listen to a podcast, you hear all these personal stories about someone, you feel like you know them. Mm-hmm. And then, so if your partner becomes a fan, then they're thinking that they're friends with your friends, and they're not because they don't know them.
So, because I feel like I already have sort of the content disease where it's like at like dinner, I feel like I'm the one that has to carry the conversation, and you know, because I do content, and it's like I have the capability. It's like I feel like.
No, you're off the clock.
Can't turn it off.
You're
you feel to just sit back.
You feel the responsibility to do the Larry David middling.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, and the insane thing is
because no one else is going to middle here, and it's
the insane thing is I'm incredible at it, and it's like, but I do feel like I'm at a fucking dinner table. I just want to eat food, but I have to like facilitate the conversation.
Still. Yeah, fuck that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think I avoid it at all costs.
I like watching other people let the conversation crash and burn. I'll let them kill the vibe a little bit. And then I get to come in as the hero and like bring up a good topic. Come on, that's easy. That's easy mode.
Maniacal.
I'll just be like, so what are your thoughts on 9/11? Like, let's get into it.
Yep. You really want to shift the mood.
Be like, have you ever had a second butthole appear randomly?
Because it happens. It's like a portal to the underworld.
Oh my God.
We Got a Fled says, if you agree to pick someone up from the airport, how much can their flight schedule change before it's okay to tell them they have to find another way to get home?
Are they staying with you?
He's got a long explanation here.
Do you love them?
Let's say you do.
Is it a pickup drop off? Are they coming home with you?
I'm gonna say it's a pickup.
What do you mean by like the schedule changes? Like because there's a delay or because they keep changing their plans?
My parents' first flight was early, so my dad switched them to a connecting flight that was 5 hours earlier. I was busy, had tickets to the new Bad Boys movie, so they waited at the airport for 4 hours until I could come pick them up. My dad was visibly annoyed about this.
Just pay for an Uber for your parents at that point, right?
A lift.
Yeah.
Or they
What's the distance too? I think distance plays a part. Like getting to LAX, if you're in like the valley, can take hours.
You got to really love someone to brave LAX. Like that place is the devil's butthole.
But I think if someone is coming to visit you, if like say someone is trying to come visit you, like they're staying with you and it's like their flight gets delayed, that's not their fault, you know? Like
yeah,
I
but
mean, like,
if you're
already there.
But it like in the situation that was first, you know, posed where it's like I will pick you up this time, and then they change their flight, and you already have plans.
That's
then
what I'm
it is
saying.
like
if they change their flight, that's on them. That's not on you anymore.
If they're delayed 3 hours and you have plans and you can't get out of those plans, like first of all, who buys movie tickets ahead of time? I think that is so weird. Like
maybe opening night. Maybe opening night.
No,
maybe they change
you want to
it that
sit
day
next to somebody, like right next to someone. I want a matinee with no one in that theater, bitch.
I like how you've shifted the focus here to his weirdness buying these movie tickets. You're the fucking
on
weirdo.
that point, though, Katie, I was so offended one time when I went to go see like a matinee, literally like in the middle of the day, and the theater was full. I was like, "What the fuck? Do you guys not have work? Like, what are y'all doing here?"
No,
I'm
grow
there,
up, get a job. Why are you here?
Get a fucking
Only
job.
I should be
Why
here.
are you here?
It's always I'm like, why the fuck are you here? As I'm definitely there, not at work.
It's like a Wednesday at 1 p.m. Go to work. Do something.
Like,
go get a life. Like, what the
I'll
fuck?
buy my ticket like an hour ahead of time, like so I can get the handicap chair so no one can sit by me. And if I see like a sprinkling of reserve seats, I'm like, what the fuck are you 5 freaks doing going to see Barbie at 2 p.m.?
Have you guys ever been in like an almost empty theater, but like the only other person or couple is like right in the same row or like right next to you?
Like,
That's it. I'm moving. No, that's so weird.
Yeah,
not fucking sit by
any situation where there's plenty of open seats and someone chooses to sit close to you, get the fuck away from me. I need COVID 6 feet always, minimum. I should do this and not touch you ever.
To answer the question, I think 2.5 hours.
It's wholly dependent on what I have going on. I mean, if I'm offering to pick somebody up from the airport, I probably care. So I'm not picking somebody up to like not hang out with them for the weekend. You know, like someone's like, "Oh, I'm coming into SF. Will you pick me up?" And then I'm gonna go actually to my conference. And it's like, no, you can get an Uber if you're coming in for work.
And not hanging out with me at all.
If you're coming here to hang out with me, I'll figure it out. And like, if I can, I will. Luckily, like, I mean, tickets to the new Bad Boys, not the best excuse, but
no.
The only way I wouldn't do it is if I really had something going on. I don't mind going to the airport.
It's not like it was like Lord of the Rings with the orchestra playing or some shit, you know?
It's not like I spent
that's a cost thing.
$5,000 in one of my kidneys to go see the Lord of the Rings. If I'm doing that, I'm not going to pick you up from the airport. Sorry.
You're walking if you have to.
You can trek to Mordor from the airport for all I care.
When I would fly LA to Chicago, my parents would pick me up in Chicago with deep dish. It was
oh my god,
a phenomenal experience.
That's amazing. That sounds like a great user experience. Yeah,
highly recommend.
But I think you're right about LAX. Like, there's some airports where it's a fucking nightmare. Like,
but I think that's also North Hollywood, on the person to like not ask. No like it's also on that person to not ask that of someone.
Like, if someone was flying, there's zero chance, even if you had a car, you would go get them from JFK or something.
Yeah, or like if I had
there's no reason.
Insane arrival time, I'm not asking anyone to go pick me up at 1 a.m. from the airport. Like, like that's just fucking rude.
Also, but if the other hidden nugget of this question is your parents are washed as fuck.
That's I mean, when it's parents, it's a different story.
You could get a cab. You could get a cab. Even parents. What are we talking about?
Or I would order them an Uber. You can order someone an Uber.
I was like, order them an Uber. Yeah.
But then again, if you're not home, if you're not going to be home, how are they even going to get in?
Send them to the movie theater.
So, I bought you tickets for Bad Boys. Meet me there.
Yep. You can catch the second half.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah. I mean, that is a movie that you could probably start watching.
You don't need to get them. Maybe if they're staying at a hotel, but if they're staying with another person, you're absolutely not responsible for that.
No, I would do it like if you don't have anything else going on and they're like going for a long trip, so like long-term parking would be super expensive or something like that. I would do it for a friend. If they're leaving here, you know what I mean? But I won't probably do back and forth, like they can get
be a really good friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And really not like a one-sided friendship where, it has to be someone who like helps you out too,
Yeah. Ouch, Maze.
I would never
be
ask
lonely
anybody.
if I'm their fucking first option to pick them up and drive them off to the airport. Like, come on.
But also, I would never ask somebody to pick me up from the airport. Would you guys ever be
right?
like,
no?
Who the fuck are you to even ask that?
I would like ask that of like if I was like visiting someone that I'm dating or something, you know, like but
yeah,
it's like in that situation,
family.
it's like their obligation to like go pick you up anyway. Like
yeah,
but I normally just not ask. Like I have Uber.
By the way, Eden, can you pick me up from the airport?
I would love to. I will pick you up. We will take we will take the A train together. I will pick you up with the sign.
So we'll take the A train out. Yeah. We'll take the A train back. That is friendship. Don't go see a movie that day because I might change my plans.
But if you do, make sure you tip the popcorn guy for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
What are we doing here?
Right.
The last time I went to the movies, by the way, so the place I go, it's free refills, all sizes. Clutch.
Ooh,
okay.
That's dangerous.
The butter is serve yourself completely.
Also dangerous.
Okay. You can refill your soda, but to refill your popcorn, you have to actually go to a person. They used to have the popcorn machines too, where you could pull and do your own. So now you get your popcorn and they give you the bucket and you can only do a top layer of butter. And I need to layer it throughout. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty stupid to only be able to add it to the top.
It's really fucked up the flow of things because before I could just do my own popcorn, a little popcorn, some butter, keep it moving.
Little popcorn.
Now they'll be like, well, we can fill it up halfway and then you can put butter on it and then we'll fill up the rest. And I'm like, fine, let's do that. And then they fill it up the whole way and give it to me. I'm like, you know what?
I'll just dump it out.
Dump it out in front of their face.
And I did. Not in front of their face. I went around the corner, but immediately returned mere seconds later to top it off.
It sounds like a bad business model. Pretty much in all ways.
They had it right for a while. That's the thing. They had it right and they ruined it.
I feel like that's the most annoying thing is when something is worse.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then they change it and it no longer works. It's just like, why did we do this update? Like, what was this update for when it works less well than it did before? What user requested this feature? I really want to know.
You paid money for this to be worse for people.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah. I'm writing a letter.
Eden, Mark Ordner wants the top 5 meals, or I would just say food items from your trip.
I got this. The first one that comes to mind was a soft shell crab dish. It was like fried soft shell crab. It came on this, there was like, you know, the stuff that's inside the crab. I don't know what it is, but it's really good with a bunch of brains, but meat, a bunch of sauce, and it came with like toast, and that was a total standout. There was also a crispy rice and shrimp dish that was also a pretty major standout. Spicy fried chicken
Hooters
from
wings.
McDonald's.
Spicy fried chicken from McDonald's.
Yeah, so McDonald's has fried chicken in Taiwan. It's elite, actually. Like
bone in.
It's classic fried chicken like you would get here at like Popeyes or KFC. They also have wings, which my cousin said was really good, which I didn't get to try. But the fried chicken at McDonald's was elite. Also, I had, this sounds really weird, but it's like a popular street food where it's century egg, but it's like deep fried. It's cut into slices and it's deep fried, and it comes with like sliced cucumbers and like pickled peppers on it. You eat it all together. It's really good. I know it sounds weird. I never even thought of like frying a century egg before, but it really
like
works.
A Scotch egg, but it's like a Scotch egg, but like with the century egg.
No, the Scotch, because Scotch egg has like a layer of like meat or something around the egg.
Like
no,
does that like bacon or something wrapped around it?
These century
It's usually
eggs.
like Scotch eggs that I've had.
Dude. They're
like
so good.
It's not like the Scotch eggs I've had have like is like a hard boiled egg with like sausage meat wrapped in like a batter and fried. I don't know if that's the standard, but that's what they have in London. So it's just batter. It's called like, so popular fried street food is often called like yensu something, which means fried and with spices on it, salt and pepper based. Century eggs. I know they're a really weird concept to people that have never had them before.
They're delicious.
Yeah, they're really good. They're very versatile. They go with a lot of stuff. And the wings I had, no, just kidding. Not the wings I had at Hooters.
What about KFC? Because I've heard like KFCs abroad are very good.
KFC, insanely good. I did not get to have it this time. My schedule was just full, but KFC and in Taiwan is elite. The egg tarts at KFC, also elite. If you guys know, like similar to Portuguese egg tarts, but Asian style, the crust is a little bit different, but KFC does them really well. And is that 5? One more, right? I would say
you got me there, but yeah.
Okay.
Give me another one. Bonus.
God, there was really so much, but so it's bamboo, fresh bamboo that you dig out of the water. It's like not really that available in America, but
like bamboo shoots,
like baby bamboo. No, bigger, like big actual, bamboo shoots in the adult form, I guess. But yeah, it's like it's not really.
Queen.
I've actually like not seen it available in America. But that just in like a very simple soup was actually really good. It actually had bamboo shoots on the soup. Also, it's 2 different kinds of bamboo. There was so much good food and so much good fruit. I like. There's like 9 different types of mangoes available in Taiwan right now. It's mango season. Yeah. And they're all elite. Lychee was amazing. The papaya was amazing. The pineapple was amazing. I had like this papaya from a restaurant and I was just like, oh my God, this actually has like papaya flavor. Cause I get like frozen papaya a lot to make like smoothies with. And it just made me realize that like, I'm just been eating like bullshit frozen papaya that has like barely any papaya flavor.
So basically, you're just going to be disappointed by all of the food you eat until you forget what it actually tasted like.
That's what I'm hearing. I like didn't eat for like the first like 2 days I was back for. Yesterday, I finally ordered some like Korean fried chicken because I was like, well, I didn't have any Korean fried chicken in Taiwan. And I was like, at least this is something different. And it was something that I'll eat. And it was like, I was just like no appetite for like 2 days after getting back. Still kind of the case. But luckily, I'm getting really good Korean barbecue tonight because Motez is in town. He has something like a 12-hour layover. So we're like, let's go get food. And we're getting... So
you're going to pick him up from the airport?
Huh?
You're going to pick him up from the airport?
Yes, picking him up from the airport.
Go get food.
Yeah, exactly. So
12-hour layover. Just enough time to do a mukbang across New York City. Perfect.
Mukbang.
You smoke it.
You don't fuck it, Maze.
You don't smash it. You smoke it. It's that easy.
I'll post pictures of the food to the thread when Maze posts it.
Wait, can we address the picture that Katie put in the thread?
Oh boy, here we go.
Before we run out of time,
we had questions for you.
I have questions.
I thought you were going to take it for science purposes.
Okay, I have question number 1.
Been hard for days.
Oh God. Okay, so the question that I had
fucking hard
is this sex with a grudge? It's like a pill that's supposed to you take and it gives you a grudge? So you
sex
can like
with a grudge.
I think
swag.
Grudge sex.
Take your sexual performance to the next level. 1 to hurt it, 2 to kill it. Also, 2 different
right
pills.
Under the magnums. So this is what I thought when I first looked at it. You get 1 to get a boner and 1 to stop the boner. Then I looked at the images.
No. That would be smart.
It looks like the pills are there to give you a grudge. Like,
well,
so you can be
looks like you're trying to set a pussy on fire because that is what the image is.
That's
we got
2
figures.
Or a booty. The booty's on fire in the first picture.
We got doggy style, and that looks like smoke. Like it's not a full fire.
Look at the dick to arm ratio on this little stick figure. Good for you, dude.
I hate it here.
Well, and then 2 to kill it. He's got the evil expression. Now the pussy's on fire.
It looks like he's wearing a Nacho Libre mask.
She's, I guess, the woman here is also delirious with pleasure.
Or dead.
And it's a full-on campfire in her crotch.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a question.
And the boner sticker.
Is this? Is this in a grocery store? Because it looks like the plastic things that they hang in the aisles in the grocery store.
It's at the checkout of a liquor store.
Which is the best place to get any medicine. We all know this.
Okay, yeah.
I appreciate that they've got the magnums right above it too. Like, hey, and when you kill that pussy, do it safely. Mm-hmm. You don't want to get that dead pussy pregnant.
You know what's extra flammable? Latex.
Where's the grudge coming to the play? Is what I want to know.
And why do you want to hurt it or kill it to begin with? One, to hurt it. Two, to kill it.
More boner.
I think they were like, we want to call this swag. Okay.
Yes.
How can we
backwards from swag?
Break it down? Could be sex with a girl or guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Sex with a girl. Sex with a ginormous
sex with a guy.
Dong.
There was like so many other directions that they could have gone with this. That would have been a little bit.
Sex with the Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Sex with a grudge. It's so aggressive.
I'm stuck on the tiny little black pill.
I don't think that's a pill.
No, it's two pills. So it's like, why are they so different?
Why are they so different?
One does it tell you which one to hurt it and which one to kill it?
Yeah. Do you have to take it in certain order
first?
Yeah.
How much was it? Was it like $5.99?
No, I don't think you can see in the picture. I don't know. Next time I'll go back and I'll let you guys. I mean,
I'm just very curious. I mean, it's great marketing because you're like, what is this?
I would like to speak to their marketing team, and by team I mean the one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was clearly not
made marketing.
No one else ran. No one else. This was not run by anyone else. This was a solo project. I feel
like it was no one performance to the next level.
No one gave them feedback. Yeah.
This is like,
I feel like it was made by a group of like frat boys.
Yes.
This is like Viagra for incels.
Well, what if
because we want those guys who run around with boners.
We do. We want them with the grudge.
Oh God!
Luckily, they have a grudge already. They brought that on their own.
Thinking about shooting up a school? Kill this pussy instead. Where was that tagline?
But they could never. Never mind.
Don't kill your classmates. Kill this pussy.
Yep. I'm really glad that everybody's significant other is listening to this episode because Katie just said that, which was
so. Who wants to date me?
Wow, that is just a that is a next level. That is almost in the territory of.
God damn, 5 dudes! Oh my God, 5 dicks! Damn.
I like
OnlyFans.com/garbage tits with a Z.
Garbage tits with a Z. I like the idea of a show where incels call in to get advice from Katie about what to do with their rage.
Oh my God.
The problem is I would literally tell them to kill themselves because that is my stance on school shooters is just kill yourself.
Yeah. Save everybody the trouble. I get that.
I'll just clip that out for them. Just play it every time. Kill yourself. Kill yourself.
Sorry, that sounded like a club remix. I think I'm still in EDM mode.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Get your glow sticks.
We're kind of back to another heavy television period. And also, we haven't chatted in a while. So, Katie, what have you been watching lately?
So, as an Italian American, this is a shameful thing to say, but I've never seen Sopranos, so I'm going through that for the first time.
Nice. Okay.
What?
How far are you?
That's been. I'm only in season 1 still. I'm watching with my dad, and we can't watch when my mom's around because she's like all weird about people killing each other and sucking dicks and stuff. So, shrooms and cocaine are fine, but
just get her a little candy flip. Maybe she'll be interested. All of a sudden.
Yeah. God, Mom, take your mushrooms and shut up.
Yeah, I hadn't watched The Sopranos until I think before COVID. I started running through it, but there's a pretty big production value jump up between season 1 and 2. So it'll be interesting for you to see that. Season 1 is pretty under the radar still. It wasn't a hit, lots of payphones. Edie Falco.
Yeah. Oh well, and I watched Nurse Jackie. So the priest in Sopranos, she's fucking in Nurse Jackie. I'm like, you guys really
I know.
stayed together.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Good for you.
That on-screen chemistry.
Making it work. So yeah, I've been doing that, and then mostly just reality garbage, my 90-day universe, my Housewives. I've been rewatching Summer House. That's been fun. I know Power Book of Ghost has returned, so I got to catch up on that. But I'm really missing Hacks. You know, every Thursday, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah,
I like the 2 episodes a week, but it was over so fast.
It was over so fast. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a little better than a binge, but definitely felt like a blip with the Hacks universe.
I watched American Rust, those 2 seasons. That I enjoyed that. But that's pretty much it.
American Rust. I can think of. Oh, with Hefe Daniels. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was a weird. I guess I just watched both seasons because the season 2 just came out, but there was like a few years in between. It seems. I liked it. I like what's her name, Maura Tierney, or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just finished Iron Claw, where she is the mom in that.
I gotta watch that.
So I'm doing the Star Wars show with the Mean. That's been up and down. I want to like it, but they're not making it easy. And then all the incels that are mad at the world can't let any lesbian woman touch their Star Wars. So there's been a lot of backlash about that. The clipped show, Eden, you have to watch this clipped show because
I wanted to ask you guys about that because it only has like a 6.5 on IMDb, but people are liking it.
It's not good. It's hilarious.
Oh, really?
As basketball fans, it's one of the funniest things you could possibly experience because everyone they cast
Ed O'Neill
he's great. He's by far the best part of the show. He plays Donald Sterling, so of course he plays just a miserable, horrible, racist, slovenly, chauvinistic, rich asshole. And he's having the time of his life doing it. But there's also like the V. Stiviano character is obsessed with reality television. She wants to be the next Omarosa. There's
of all the people.
Yeah. and then Lawrence Fishburne is playing Doc Rivers in one of the weirdest portrayals ever. And all kind of
a good casting though.
The entire Clippers team is reduced to essentially one note, like caricatures of what that player was supposed to be. Eden, you're going to love this version of the Lakers' new head coach, JJ Redick.
Oh my God.
It is perfect timing. As Eden's longtime Duke obsession is still ongoing. Who would have thought that is the Dookie that would be in your life for the longest?
It's because he was the one that was in the spotlight in like my most formative years.
Yeah.
You know, like
when spiked hair was still in. Is doing it for everybody. But it's ultimate hate watch trash television. Like it's kind of like the People versus OJ series, Katie, where it's like American crime story. It's like ripped from the headlines and over dramatized real life, but also they can't totally be accurate about everything because they defend the people that are producers on the show. So it's treading that line. The Boys is back on Amazon in season 4. That's like the super gory, sadistic satire of a superhero show. It's still very good. And then House of the Dragon is back. House of the Dragon, the Hot D.
Hot D.
Yeah. That's next on my list. I had to finish X-Men.
97?
97.
What did you think?
That was dope. I really enjoyed it. I didn't realize, I don't know, I haven't watched the old ones back again, but I was like, everybody's horny in these cartoons.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, what is going on?
Big time horny show. Yeah. A lot of angsty teenage mutants trying to fuck, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, not just them, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah,
I think you can spoil X-Men. I think we know that.
Yeah, Rogue, I'm good. Go nuts.
Rogue is out here fucking
I'm not gonna watch it.
Magneto and Gambit. You got Wolverine and Cyclops both trying to fuck Jean Grey.
Jean Grey's clone.
Professor X out in space. He's fucking
with like bird women, like
bird women, and he's paralyzed. So
yeah. No, she built him a suit specifically so he could be mobile. So that's like the futuristic version of the pill.
She gave him the swag.
You know what they say? Once you go bird, you're gonna need a wheelchair.
Yeah, I really liked X-Men 97. It was a little overhyped because the internet was going absolutely crazy for this show and saying it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I thought it was really good for an X-Men cartoon. I didn't think it was the best thing I saw this year or anything like that, but it was cool.
It's because you haven't watched Bridgerton.
Is that what I'm missing out on? Is that the new hotness? I mean, they split the season in half, right?
I don't know. I'm not all the way through yet.
Yeah, they split it in half. People are mad that they have to wait 3 whole weeks for the second half of the season.
How dare they?
I was like, oh wow, hate to see it.
I watched season 1 and it is a horny maker, but after that hot guy left, I was like, what are we here for?
They're trying
to. It was disappointing.
Manufacture a new hot guy. They're trying to
not working. More. You don't go from. I mean, that guy. There's really you're only going down from there, pretty much.
I know what parts Katie was rewinding.
Oh, but that girl he was fucking had no titties. She looked like a 12-year-old. Like, it made me uncomfortable.
Is there like full nudity in that show?
No, it's not full. Like you see a lot of butt, you see a lot of man butt, and you see a lot of women's boobies.
Nice roundy.
No, there's no roundies though. They're all flatties.
Yeah, nice, don't show us. We don't need to see them.
The long back.
Yeah, long back. Exactly.
Lots of long backs up in there. All right. Yeah, House of the Dragon. I mean, 2 years since the first season. First episode was a little bit better, I think. I think they're setting shit up, but the first season of House of the Dragon was essentially like, hey, remember what happened last episode? Now it's 5 years later. Now it's a month later. Now it's 10 years later. Now it's a completely different actor. Now this person's dead. Like
what? That sounds stressful.
So it's lazy
through everything.
And then they invented foot fetishes.
Yes, we got my man. We got my man Laris Strong, obsessed with feet. It's on it, and honestly, Clipped has a lot of foot fetish stuff too. So it's a foot fetish heavy June that we're going through.
Pass.
Eden, you're not into feet, Eden?
No, not at all.
You're not into other people being into feet?
No, I have very bad feet. I'm runner and figure skater for like my entire life growing up. Like I have terrible feet, and I don't want anyone to touch my feet. I don't want to touch anyone else's feet. Pass.
Yeah, battered feet is a subgenre. I really like them.
Sure.
I really like them calloused and worked out. Yeah,
there has to be. There is a key for every lock.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
you sound like an agent, girl.
There's a key for every lock. But House of the Dragon, theoretically, this is the season that they were speeding to get to, so it's about to go down. There's about to be a lot of dragon fighting and probably some fucking as well.
If it's anything like Game of Thrones, you have to pay attention, and that's not my speed.
It is a lot of names. It is a lot of, is this person related to this person, and who's
this
the lord of this
that
place?
House, and these twins are fucking each other. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
If anyone is into tech-focused dystopian shows set in the not-too-distant future, Blood Free is really, really good. Like, it's really good. Specific. It addresses kind of like, it is a little specific, but addresses kind of like ethical concerns surrounding a lot of the tech that's emerging right now, and a lot of the tech that we hope to see. It is a show that you would want to pay attention to. It was one of those shows that I like started like double screening. I was like, oh wait, I actually have to pay attention to this. And I like rewatched the entire first episode.
But is it like, does it get too real? Like when you're watching Handmaid's Tale and you're like, this might be that far off.
It's not that type of dystopian, but like, yeah, like some of the stuff does not feel like it's that far off. And some of the tech, I'm like, I wish it would fucking get here already. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but like, it is a quick watch. I think it's only 10 or 12 episodes, but it's really good. Like,
it's a Korean show, right?
Yeah, it's on
10
Hulu.
episodes. It's on Hulu or Disney Plus, because now Disney Plus has essentially absorbed Hulu. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but you can.
I was wondering.
I hate the platform.
Know. Yeah, I don't know when they did that, but it's clearly Hulu is not long for this world. I would watch out for them snapping that shit up soon. But
it bums me out because like I have Hulu because like I signed up for it when like you signed up for Spotify. It was like one of those like combination things. So I haven't like been able
premium's going up too. I got an email today.
Yeah, so I'm like I keep getting like emails for them to like change my plan, so I like know that they're like trying to get people off of it. So
yep, they're trying to get you out of the grandfather arrangement.
But I'm just gonna go onto my brother's account, so whatever.
Does anybody watch The Chi?
I watched some of the first season and I thought it was too melodramatic.
So my dad watches it, and he was trying to watch the new season on Showtime, which he has bundled with Prime. Apparently, and I've never seen this before, to watch The Chi, you have to have a Paramount Plus Showtime package exclusively. If that's not the craziest shit,
it is.
Now you have not only. And if you have,
do they want you to watch it or not? Do they actually want you to watch it or not? Like I feel like it's like, why are y'all gatekeeping your own shows? Like, it's like you don't want people to fucking.
You're making it harder. Like, and because
we have a royal flush of like subscriptions to watch everything,
but you can't even have them separately. Like, if you have them both, you can't watch it. You have to have it. You have to have the Showtime through Paramount Plus. It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's
fuck off.
I like this loophole because they shut down Showtime streaming at the end of April, and now if you want to do. What is the difference between Paramount Plus with Showtime that I get through my TV provider and the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan on Paramount Plus? The network is a premium television channel. The plan is one of the plans you can subscribe to with the streaming service. Okay, you have officially, it's the same name.
Is that
and also,
like
we've
English?
been waiting a year and a half for the second half of season 5 of Yellowstone, but you're doing this bullshit. Let's refocus our energy. Get Kevin Costner to that set and let's fucking go. I'm sick of this shit.
Well, Kevin Costner's throwing a fit. They're just going to write him out anyways.
Then do it. The strike is over. Get to work.
Do it. Eating show blood free. The premise is humans have consumed animal meat for millions of years. But BF, the biotech company that started the era of artificially cultured meat, dominates the market, and people who doubt
the tech
the
that
CEO,
I wish would already get here already.
You want artificially cultured meat?
Yeah, like that's the answer, isn't it?
As I'm sure they address in the show.
That's actually not even the main focus of the show. So it's like, I don't want people to get distracted by it because like people just seem to think that's what the show is about. But I've been like waiting for lab grown meat forever. Like, grow me a fucking A5 Wagyu in a petri dish. I don't care.
And you know it's not going to taste right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we should be working on it to get the point where it is like cloning it in a lab. Like, why isn't anyone doing this? It's 2024. What are we doing here?
Thing that Mr. Dink had in Doug, where you can just like ask for anything you want. It's like bloop, 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 bloop. Where's the technology?
Or like in Psychopaths, where they just have like this super wheat that like just magically transforms into whatever you want it to. Like, let's go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I would tip 25% for that.
Get to work.
Yeah. Let's get to work. The strike is over, guys.
This new generation is so lazy. They haven't figured out teleporting. They haven't figured out lab grown meat. Nothing.
We were supposed to have flying cars by now, guys. Come on now.
All we have is the Cybertruck. Get out of here.
I've seen that in real life, and it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
It is hideous. Do you remember the silver Kobe's from like 2002 or something? Like, that's what the Cybertruck looks like. Those like moon boot basketball shoes.
Oh, that is an excellent call. It is the exact same. I'm pulling them up. But
two hideous things.
Luckily, Katie, if you have the Cybertruck, you know that the person driving it is the coolest person you could have ever met. So it balances it out. It's like, oh, this car
luckily
sucks.
For us, but the gas pedals stick, so they'll probably die.
Yeah.
But I know that this person's really cool and obviously deserves.
And we'll definitely use their blinker when they turn.
Probably.
Yep. Those
it does look exactly like that.
Horrendous.
Go away, chat.
Oh,
there
you actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Seeing them side by side is jarring.
It's pretty terrifying.
Crazy.
Yeah. What's old is new again,
So would that be the douchiest person, someone driving that truck wearing those shoes and maybe wearing, what was it? The Apple Vision at the same time, maybe?
Apple Vision Pro?
Oh, no, actually, it can get worse. There's a shoe that looks even more like the Cybertruck, and they're like Balenciaga moon boots that are made out of like actual metal. And those merge with the Kobe's, it's the Cybertruck.
Oh my God. No.
You found them?
Oh no. Oh, Jesus
It's upsetting,
Christ.
guys.
Oh no,
Lord. No, they're actually worse than that.
They're worse than this?
Yeah, they're worse than that.
The incredulous. They're worse than this?
There's more?
It's worse.
Balenciaga moon boots.
Let's just
maybe they're more like metal. They look like
shocks.
rocks, like metal rocks. You got to find them.
Those are bad. But...
oh boy!
Here we go. That's it.
Are you serious?
I truly hate it here.
We shouldn't be allowed to
do
stuff.
The internet. Yeah, literally. Why?
Isn't that what they used to do to people before they threw their bodies into the ocean so they would stand?
No, Katie, you'll get to this in season 3 of The Sopranos.
Yeah. It's like when my Uncle Joe used to ask my boyfriends in high school what size shoes they wear and then say, oh, you can fit a lot of cement in there. Like, thanks, Joe. Not bringing anyone around to meet you.
I'm imagining a runway model snapping her ankle in half.
Yeah. Remember the video of the one teetering on the runway for like the garden fashion show? Her in those.
Oh my God. Is it immediate?
Okay.
I mean, they wouldn't be able to move at all.
Oh no, Maze.
At least 2,600. No more.
I would say
they're custom welded.
7,500.
I'm gonna go 5,600.
Where are they available? I want to buy. I want to go to there. How much are they?
Add to shopping cart.
Let me
cop
purchase.
Or drop.
Swipe.
You drop those, you're killing somebody.
Man, it's
in quotes just metal.
It's not
for sale.
It's not. Yeah, like it just says just metal. No price.
So stupid.
So bad. And I thought when they did the
look at my man, though.
Crocs, it was end of times.
Yeah, no.
Oh, look, they're functional work shoes. They're steel-toed. They're steel everything.
This dude is going to weld all day, including
welder core is a thing now.
Welder
core. My God. Is he welding his own boots as he wears them?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. That's how you do it. I'm going 25 grand. That's my guess. And we'll just have to use our imaginations.
We'll never find out. Yeah.
We'll never know.
That is so upsetting. Watch him try to pick up his foot. Oh, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. It's so heavy.
It's so hard to pick up his foot. Yeah.
I bet you they're like,
it starts to come out of the
20
shoes.
pounds each.
Do you think they have something in there to strap your foot in so you can walk? Otherwise, won't your foot just come out every time?
There has to be like a little inner.
It's gotta be a platform at least.
foot condom that you stick it in, because otherwise, this shit isn't working. This is shoes with a grudge.
He's like,
shoes with a grudge. Hashtag swag.
Now that's swag.
All right. Thank you for listening to the mailbag. Thanks to Mo, Katie, Emily, and Eden. Meet us at the Hooters in Taiwan for NBA season tip-off in the fall.
Either location.
Either one. We'll book it out
8
now.
8 a.m.
I'm Anthony Mays, and we'll catch you next time.